So where did we stop? Where did we stop? JavaScript what? Variable concepts, right? Now along the line, we also explain some JavaScript output functions, right? Like out of 4 of them, I think I have explained 2. We outputted the value with was it console.log? We also outputted value with inner what? HTML. Inner HTML. Does anybody have an issue with these 2 outputs? Because we also quickly show us, or maybe in the process, we chip in the other 2, which can also be used based on the scenario. I think this was our file now, right? Yeah, this was the file. So basically, I want to believe that everyone now understands what is called variable in JavaScript. Just a quick recap. I said variables are logic used by us as programmers to introduce external data into the program memory, right? And I also mentioned that every programming language has a place where it stores its functions. And that place is called what? What is that place called? Library, right? Okay, so all right. So we also discussed variable syntax, right? I don't want anybody to look at their notes. Just put your face the way it is since. What are the syntax? How many sections makes up a variable? 3. The first one is what? The variable name, right? The variable assignment and the value, right? Okay, in terms of classification of variable, what do we use as a factor to classify a variable? Just like this now, how do we know the category of variable or the type of variable this is? Depending on what the value that variable is holding. All right, so which is what I actually want to focus on in this section. So let's quickly write. So in this section, my focus is on data types in JavaScript. Data types in JavaScript. Data types in JavaScript. That is the topic. Data types in what? JavaScript. So generally, let's look at, we all know what is called data, right? Data are what? Information, right? So when we say type, we are indirectly saying the kind of information this programming language can manage or can be used to program in this language. So let's put it in proper context. So in JavaScript, data type, JavaScript or programming generally, so that you will not really limit it to only JavaScript. JavaScript or in programming generally, the term data type is used to describe the type of information. It's used to describe the type of information a programming language or a programming language can work with. Let's practicalize it that way. Can work with. A programming language can what? Work with. Used to describe the kind of information the programming language can work with. So let me break it down, like contextualizing all this so that you can understand it very well. For example, every language has its own what? Informations or data for speaking it. Anybody who speak Isoko understand that there are what? Information. There are data that we use in speaking what? Isoko. For example, if I say Nyase, that Nyase means what? Come, right? That is. Now, if I speak anything outside that Nyase or any other information that is not within that tribe or that language, someone will not understand it. So the same thing, even if it is Python, JavaScript, Java, be it any programming language, you must start by knowing, after understanding variable concept, the next thing you learn is what? What are the data type this language can actually work with? You need to understand them so that you will be guided, so that you will not submit or pass in what it does not what? Understand. So let's look at the category. Note, the entire data type in JavaScript can be summarized into two categories. The entire data types in JavaScript can be summarized into two categories. Can be summarized into two categories on a broader way of grouping them. Number one, we have the primitive data types. We have the primitive data types. In brackets, you can write basic or primary. That is the interpretation of what? The primitive. When you say a data type is primitive, it means that what is basic. It also means that what? They are inbuilt. That is why the first under what? Primary. They are inbuilt. They are not secondary what? Data types in that language. And there is no way you can program without acknowledging this what? Set of what? Data types.